Alright, here we have the guitar on the table here. First thing I'm going to do is just take all the strings off, and then we're going to hit the fretboard with a little bit of fretboard conditioner. Then I'm going to give the body a little bit of a clean, polish up, and do all the cleaning with the strings off. It's always easier that way. Get into some of those hard to reach places down here. But that's the first thing we're going to do, and I will cut the video back when I have the strings off. Okay, got the strings off, went ahead and took this hardware off here, and went ahead and removed the pick guard, which if this was my guitar, I'd probably leave it off. I kind of prefer the look of a Les Paul without a pick guard, but we're going to put it back together as he had it with that. So now what I'm going to do is just hit this fretboard with some fretboard conditioner. And then this is the Dunlop 65 Ultimate Lemon Oil. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this polish on the body. So go ahead and get this cloth here. Stand up. I'm just going to kind of, looks like this fretboard might have not had some oil on this in a while. It's soaking it right up. Yeah, it seems like it is soaking it right up. So this might be the first time it's been oiled since he's had it. Like I said, I think both of these guitars are 4 years old. I think this is a 2020. I looked at the serial numbers, what it looks like. It's a 2020, and so was the other one, the gold top. So what I'm going to do, like I said, just, sorry, this table's going to shake. But yeah, just get that in there. It's really important to oil your fretboards. At least, once or twice a year. Let's go ahead and hit this body. A little bit of this. And I'll get it shining up, and then I'll cut back to what I'm going to do next. Alright, I have the fretboard conditioned. And it actually might need a little bit more. And I got the body polished up a little bit. But I think I am going to hit this again. I'm going to spray it on the rag this time. It is not looking. It's like it soaked it all up, and it still needs more. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. Okay, now it has another coat of oil on there. I think it's going to be good now. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our old tuners off. And I have, just a screwdriver to take the screw out of the back. And then where is I have this handy tool here that we can take the little nut off these on the top of the headstock. So we're going to go ahead and take those off, and then I'll show you what we're putting on here. Now we have all the old tuners off, these old Grovers. And here's the headstock. I went ahead and wiped it down without any of the hardware on there. It's a lot easier to do because you don't have a post in the way. But we have these Grover. They should just be direct drop-in. So I'm going to get these opened up. I'm going to start applying these. I'll cut to when I start putting them on so you can see what I'm doing. And should be just a pretty easily replaced here. Hopefully there's no drilling involved. I don't think there will be. But if that comes to that, I'll show you how to do that too. But yeah, let me get a few of these on and I'll show you what's going on here. Okay, as you can see, they're setting like this. So I'm going to put them in just directly how they are in the packaging to make sure the ratio is right. So, so like this one right here, we'll go here, and so on and so forth. Which obviously it comes up in the back, but you know what I mean. So that will go here. Then we have our drops right in. And you can't see nothing of my arm in the way, can you? And then put that washer on. Then you're going to drop a nut right on there. Snug it up with your fingers. before we do any of the screwing on the back. I'm just going to put all of them in. We're going to get them all in just finger tight. Then we can flip the guitar over, line up the tuners so that they're straight, how they're supposed to be, and then drop that screw in. So I'll let you, I'll put it back on camera when I have all of the tuners in the posts, in the holes, and we'll go from there. Okay, this channel is about honesty. I made a mistake. You'd actually want to put them in like this. So this is actually wrong. So we're just going to take that one off. And this one will actually go on the other side. So just make sure you have them on the right ones. We all overlook things. But yeah, now we will continue. So this one would be here. Go ahead and drop one of those on there. Then we'll do this one down here, and then this side will be this side here. So yeah, I just figured I'd show you I messed up there. Alright, so now I have all of the tuners in with the nuts just hand tight, snug down. We're going to flip it over. See if I can do that now. I have to raise the camera up here to change the angle here. But here's what we're working with now. We have the tuners in there. What we're going to do is we're going to line them up with the holes. Looks like it's going to line up perfect. Yes, perfect. Then we're going to take our screws, and then we are just going to screw these down in there. And these are pretty much plug and play here. So I'll get all these on and I'll cut back. Alright, we have all the tuners with the screw in the back, and for some whatever reason, the screws that came with the new set of locking were actually a little bit smaller than the stock tuners that came in the non-locking Grovers. So I put the first screw in and it didn't tighten all the way, and I thought, maybe that's stripped. Then I put the next one in and it did the same thing. So then I tried on the third tuner, one of the old screws, and it snugged right up. So I went ahead and just used the old screws that came in the stock tuners for that. But now what we're going to do is we have them, and you don't want to over tighten those screws in the back because they will strip. But now what we're going to do is we're just going to tighten these up. Kind of same premise, you don't want to over tighten. About like that will work. Let's see, let's get this. You just want to, come on now, grab. These are really good tools here because they kind of make sure you're not going to mess your finish up on your guitars. Yeah, I'm going to snug all these up, and then we'll move on. And I got all those on, and would you believe it, I think this fretboard still needs more oil. I mean, it looks just super dry. Let's see if we can you see the dryness in that? It's still super dry. So I'm gonna put another coat of the oil on it, and before I put the strings on. And like I said, we're gonna lube this nut up with some, where's it at? Some Big Ben's nut sauce. Check the intonation with the old strings on. Pretty sure the new set's around the same gauge, so probably won't be out too much. But get those new strings on, lube this nut, put some more fretboard conditioner on there, and I'll show you how to put these strings on here in a minute. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put some Big Ben's in our slots here. This stuff right here, I'm telling you, this will fix. On a hardtail with a nut like this, It's going to be 90% of your tuning stability problems is going to be this nut right here that's not properly lubed. So what happens is the string gets bound up in this nut if there's no lubricant in it, and if it's not cut like super duper good, which this should be a very well cut nut because this was plecked because it's a Gibson. And but what will happen is it'll get bound up in there, so when you do a bend, the string will pull down into here and get caught, so then you're going to be sharp, and that's what causes the tuning stability, so instability. So put those in there, and when we put our strings on there, it is lubed up real nice, and we won't have any bound strings up in there. Then of course what I like about these locking tuners is you just line up your hole like this, put the string through it, like so. Then you just pull it as tight as you can. Make sure it's on the saddle down here. Then you just twist your knob in until it's tight. So it's tight like that. Twist your knob, and that's really it. So we're going to repeat that for all strings, and I'll be back. Alright, now I have all the strings on and tuned up to pitch. And I stretched them out a little bit. Now I'm going to proceed with the rest of the setup. See if it needs any neck relief. See if it needs any intonation. So let's go ahead and check the neck relief here. What you want to do is put your finger right here where the body meets the neck on that fret right there. Then put your other hand on the first fret, and then you're gonna. That looks like about the perfect amount of relief. Barely any relief. You're looking at very little bit relief right there. Let's go ahead and check, see what our action is running at here with the action gauge. Okay, the 12th fret, our low E is at it's at 2, and our high E is at 125. That 2 is a little bit. See if we can get that 2 a little bit lower. I think I would think. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to try to lower that a little bit. Yeah. Try to lower that a little bit. Loosen the strings up, and then I'll adjust this down this way. So yeah, what you want to do is I slacked all the strings, and I'm able to use the thumb wheel down here. I'm lowering the action just on the bass side here, because the truss rod really doesn't need an adjustment. So it's really just lowering this down a little bit just to get the action on this bass side just a little bit lower. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, I lowered this bass side a little bit more, and we are at the 12th fret, 175. So I feel a little more comfortable with that, and the buzz is not too bad. Check the intonation. Go with the tuner here and check the intonation. Seems like it's pretty good intonated. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of curious to see how these Optima gold strings sound. So So let's plug it in and see how this thing sounds after we got it set up. Alright, I got this thing plugged in. I noticed something right off the bat. It's a little weird to me. The toggle switch must have gotten turned around in the cavity, because when I have it on the neck pickup, it plays the bridge. I'm going to flick it to the other way, it's the other way around. So I gotta fix that real quick. So what I'm going to do to fix that, I'm going to take this back off here on the where the switch is, because I make sure I want to rotate it the proper way and not keep rotating it, you know. So see if it's probably spun in there a little bit. Yeah, I fired this thing up, hit at that open E chord on the supposed bridge pickup, and it sounded muddy as heck. And I was like, wow, what's up with these strings? And I flipped the toggle, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. Unless I can rotate it. It's like I can rotate it this way and it should be okay. So let me undo it a little bit right here. Use this little handy dandy tool that works on these too. See if we can rotate that. We don't want to go, let's see, which way do we want to rotate this? Right now I'm going to tighten it back up. Right now we got the toggle switch at the right location. See how this thing sounds. Let's go with the bridge pickup. Alright, I believe that about does it on the setup of this Les Paul here. I'm going to put the pick guard back on, but other than that, it is done. It's playing very well. I'm not sure if I personally like the feel of these gold strings, but the gentleman that dropped these off to me said this is his first time trying them as well, so it's kind of an experiment for him too. But overall, I think it's playing and sounding pretty nice. Next we have the gold top to do. I'm either going to get to that tonight or here in the next couple days. It's pretty much going to be the same exact thing as this. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video on that. If you think I should still make a video on that one too, or just showcase how those P90s sound at the end. Let me know in the comments what you want to see with that. But thanks for watching. That's a lengthy video, and stay tuned.